welcome to MFON's Women's Empowerment. I am MJ, and I'm glad you was able to stop by today. Welcome. Welcome to I Just Want to Be Loved Part 4, the emotional and mental stable queen. And yes, you are a queen. I am a queen, and I embody it. And so we're going to start with our empowerment exercise that we had started in the first podcast number 1. And so I want you to either sit down and relax, close your eyes, open your eyes, or if you want to stand in front of the mirror, you can. And this is our empowerment exercise to keep us in the even flow. And sometimes we do have resistance when we look at some parts of our bodies because we're not happy with it. So repeating this exercise on a constant basis, however you feel like it, every morning, once a week, will help you to accept who you are, your package, your queen package. And despite what the world deems as beautiful, you have to know that you are beautiful. Your package. Wear it, rock it, care for it, and know that this is how God created me. Loving yourself eternally is the best way to share your hearts with everyone around you so you don't feel depleted. It's okay to dress up, look nice, smell good, have facials, do deep tissue massages, have your nails done, your hair done, your feet done, and have all your accessories. But if you don't love this person that's on the inside when you look in the mirror, it defeats the purpose. So let's begin. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Stand in front of the mirror if you like. Be seated once again. And it starts. I love my hair. I love my hair, whether it's deeply coiled, loosely coiled, straight, wavy, deep wavy, dark black, off black, brown, light brown, blonde, gray. Even if I wear protective styles, I still love my hair. I love my hair. I love my face, even if it's oval, even if it's an oblong shape, or a heart shape, or a round shape. I love my face. I love my body, even if it's an upside down triangle, a heart shape. I'm shaped rectangularly. I'm oval shaped. I love my shape. I love my shape. Even if I'm an hourglass, I love my shape. I love my height, whether I'm tall, medium height, or short. I love my height. I love my arms, my feet, my nose, my lips, my eyes, my ears, my shoulders. I love me because God created me in His image. And you can open your eyes now if it was closed, or you can relax. Try to do this as often as you can so that you don't have any resistance in any parts of your body because this is your package. Yes, you may be in the process of losing weight or gaining weight or having procedures done, but you still have to love yourself from within because no matter what you do, if you don't love the you from within, it defeats the purpose. I also want to remind you that we have started in part 2 of you spending time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Just you alone with the phone off, unapologetically, not feeling sorry that you took the time one day of the week, maybe every day. I don't know how you are able to work it, but to just relax, shut the mind down, and just, so you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this. or just doing something that you love for you, filling your hearts so that you don't feel depleted. It's very important because this is how the mind gets to relax and heal itself. So you have to stop, ladies. Stop going on this round circle of life and just take a breather. Make sure you have that on your schedule so that this time is for you. For you. Just to be. Not to think about the past, nor the future, or the present, but just to be. Just to be. Just to be you and in love with you. Knowing you deserve it. You deserve the time that you need to take because you work so hard. Whether you're a homemaker or you are working, you still need the time for you. And also, we talked about the spiritual aspect and how it is important for us as women, whether you're married or single, to have a spiritual life, especially in the morning before you start your day. It helps with the spiritual aspect of your being because we have the spiritual, we have the physical, the mental, the emotional, the financial, and the social. And so we want to fill up the social part as well. Yes, it's good to socialize. We want to gain assets, money, riches, some of us, financially. And we want to be stable mentally and, of course, stable emotionally, but also financially. We want to have all these riches. It's good. But, as I said earlier, the spiritual part must be fulfilled too, because we're spiritual beings. And when that part is empty, there is an off alignment in our bodies, in our whole process of life. Now, even people who don't serve this God, they are serving something because they know that there's something out there and they want to fulfill the spiritual part of their lives. They're serving something, right? So I suggested that you please have a daily routine in the morning to ground yourself, a prayer life, talking to God, letting Him know everything, worshiping Him, entering into His presence with a psalms, a song, thanking Him just that He woke you up this morning, thanking Him for everything that He has done for you in the past, and even for the present, you have breath. Thanking Him. And then asking Him to just help you to be a better woman. Asking Him to take away all these things that they may be in you that is not like Him. And of course, just pouring your heart out to Him and telling Him everything. Listen, He wants to hear everything. Don't think He doesn't care about your hair. Don't think He doesn't care about your weight or how you're trying to lose weight, how you're trying to gain weight, how you don't like yourself, how you had an argument. He cares about every detail. So tell Him, because He already knows, right? Just pour yourself out to Him. You can also do it while journaling or just even using the tape recorder on your phone or everywhere, and just let it out. You gotta let it out. And grounding yourself, asking God to protect you for the day, keeping you stable emotionally and protected from all these things that are out here that we face on a daily basis as women. Protecting our family, friends, loved ones, and even our enemies. And also helping us to have ideas and clarity of things that may be bothering you. So, that is the importance of the spiritual aspect. And then you may want to share. You may come across something during your reading and you want to share. That also helps you to stay empowered, as well as adding something motivational to your daily mornings to remind you of how you are going to make it. And finally, back to our assignment where we spoke together, or I spoke to you about the emotions. These emotions that as women we go through, the highs and lows. I'm not going to go over the list again, But I would like for you, if you finish listening to this podcast, you can go back to Spotify, Women's Empowerment, Info's Women's Empowerment, Part 3, and the list is there, where I instructed us ladies for us to look at the list, and if it resonates with you, for example, if you see the word happy, check it off, and then go back with all the emotions, and then write either 1 to 5. 1 meaning it's okay, it's low, and 5 meaning high on the scale. Most likely being happy, which is a 5. 3, which is moderate, and 1, not likely at all, right? And so if you want to look at the 5s, I don't look at the 1 and the 3s, because that is it's normal. We all experience such emotions throughout the day, some more frequently than others, some less than others, right? And so we just want to look at the high number, the most frequent, which is the 5. For example, if you had a 5 on happy, you want to check that off and put the number next to it. And then you want to look at the why. So I just want to talk about the whys today. I can't go in depth on this podcast about emotional, because I can spend a whole year on the emotions of a woman. And so, but I just want to start us off slowly as we begin the process with this podcast series of I Just Want to Be Loved, just to start us off and have an awareness. And so, you marked off happy, you put a 5, which is most likely, most frequently, and then you want to look at why. Why are you always happy? What makes you so happy? Is it your job, your career, the fact that you're home, you have kids? Think about when you feel that emotion. I want you to put the why next to it. Why do I feel this emotion? If you put a 5 next to sad, and I want you to recognize throughout the day when that emotion occurs. And I want you to pay attention this week. Maybe you already know. And you want to put down next to it the word sad. Why? Why am I feeling sad? See, healing can't come if we don't know the why. So recognizing the emotion, but now we want to know, why am I feeling this way? What's happening? What triggered me to feel these emotions? And this is how we're going to get stable, because now we're going to be able to reprogram the mind. Now remember, our thoughts are the same thoughts that comes into our memory and then starts to produce an emotion every day. It's the same thing. The same downloads that you're coming out with. Listen to people's conversations and see that they may be talking about the same thing, the same event, the same hurt, the same pain every day. Or every time you see them, it's because it's the same downloads. They can't help it. I can't help it, right? So I have to recognize, you have to recognize that I need to recognize the emotion and reprogram my thoughts. And now that you recognize the emotion, I want us to recognize the why behind the emotion. For example, you may be put 5 next to happy. I want you to realize why you're happy. Now they have some good happy highs and they have some negative happy. So for example, you may put 5, I'm always happy. I'm always happy. I'm never feeling low. And I want you to recognize all the feelings of why you're happy. Are you even happy when you are feeling mistreated? Okay, because we have some women who, when they're feeling mistreated by another person, they don't express any other emotion but a smile or a laugh or giggle it off. Okay? So that's why I want you to recognize the emotion. They don't allow themselves to feel the hurt or the pain behind that feeling of event that occurred. So, for example, somebody may have said something to you that you did not like, and you just smirked it away, you laughed it away, you giggled, instead of allowing yourself to feel the hurt behind that. Because if someone said something to you that wasn't nice, you should be able to feel that emotion. Sometimes throughout our lives, we may experience some type of trauma, and we develop a coping mechanism. And we told ourselves, I'm not going to let anybody hurt me or bring me down. But it's okay if someone mistreats you to feel that emotion. You don't have to stay there. But that emotion will help you to deal with the matter and not to continually live in such abuse or take abuse or mistreatment from people. So that's what I want you to look at, the emotion. Sometimes the emotion that is positive is not always positive, right? Especially if you have a 5 next to it. So that's why I want you to look at that. Also, another example is getting high. You have to stay on this high on a constant. You don't want to go down on the low. So you use substance. Because for you to go down on the low means I got to think about what happened to me, what's going on with me, the reality you're trying to escape. So that is another example of staying on this high of being happy, feeling good. It's good, but you want to know why. Running, always being busy. The only time you come home is just to sleep and to get up and to go again. You're clubbing, you're enjoying life on a large scale, and there's no balance. So you want to look at that, right? Those emotions. What triggered me that I got to keep running? What's happening behind this high? What's happening behind this? I have to take a substance, because if I get off of it, I'm going to start thinking and I'm going to go in this low that I don't want to deal with, right? Why is it that I need to be sexually explicit all the time? I just have to keep having sex. You need to look at that. Having sex with people that are not in relations with you, don't care about you, you just let them in, ladies, our single ladies. When you have this certain way, is it because I'm just sexually active? No. Let's think about this emotion. Are you feeling sad and lonely at the moment? And you decide to just call this young man or this seasoned gentleman and say, come over to get this high. And then after he leaves, you feel another low again. And you keep repeating the cycle. So we want to look at that. We want to look at these highs, these feel-good highs. Why are we doing the same programming over and over again? And then another example of the low would be anger. Why you get up in the morning and you just have this emotional anger outburst. It could be your job. It could be the person that you're in a relationship with or someone. So you want to recognize that, the triggers. So that's what you're going to do. As writing next to those words that you have a number 5 with, try to recognize this week. If you already know it, that's good. The why. Also, another example could be just depression. And now, you may feel sad out of the nowhere. You don't know why. I also want you to look at maybe sometimes something that we ate, it doesn't agree with us. And so it may give us an emotion of sadness or depression. So I want you to recognize that too as well. If you just ate something and then all of a sudden you have a low, that could be another reason why. Or you want to look at also your cycle. Ladies, before our cycle comes, it can be very devastating for some of us, not only physically but emotionally. So you want to look at that, right? Or if you're going through a premenopausal season of your life, or you are menopausing, or you just may be having a hormonal imbalance that needs to be checked out. So you want to look at that as well, right? So that ends that segment of You Got Me Feeling Emotional. We will come back next week with that, the whys, and explain what we need to do to reprogram those negative whys, also those positive whys, and to get a positive outcome. All of that are just reprogramming the thoughts. It takes time. It's not easy. This work is not easy. It can be very painful and emotional. And a lot of ladies that may listen to my podcast may not even bother with it because they don't want to do the work. The work it requires a lot of shedding, a lot of going back into the past, dealing with issues that you probably don't want to deal with, because that's why we've been doing the same programming, shopaholicing, eating, movie watching, keeping busy. It's for a reason, ladies. So I want us to stop and look at the whys and find a balance so that you could be this empowered queen mentally and physically and emotionally, spiritually, financially, and socially. So I want to close out with the mental health. And ladies, I don't want us to get confused with emotional highs and lows and mental health issues. Now, some of us who have been in emotional slums or highs, unhealthy highs, for a long period of time can trigger a mental health issue like long-term depression, anxiety, those type of things that come with being in an emotional rut for a long period of time. It can trigger mental health issues. You know, the short-term depression can turn into a long-term depression where you can't function, you can't get out of bed, or you're just existing. You're walking, but you're not yourself, and you know you're not yourself. You're out of your body. Certain things happen to us in our lives when we're young or recently that can also cause post-traumatic disorder, right? Something happened to you and your brain was like, what happened to me? Did this happen to me? And it can happen. It changed your life, right? And it's okay. It's okay. We are not exempt for unforeseen circumstances. And we all react to those circumstances differently, right? You could have been raped. You could have been molested. You may have had a rough childhood of abuse. Maybe you got into just a car accident or into a fire, or somebody tried to harm you or rob you. These things can cause you to have stress, anxiety. And so we want to look at that as a mental health issue and not trying to do the work alone. When you know that you're having mental health issues that you may not be aware of, but you know that something is not right, you know that you're not yourself, you know you're having maybe erotic behaviors, such as outbursts of angers, emotionally crying, you're not able to get out of the bed, or you're not taking care of your daily living skills as you should. You just can't. You're just having fearful thoughts, uncontrolled fearful thoughts. Maybe you're seeing things, you're hearing things. That is the time that you need to seek professional help. Because it can be something physiologically. It doesn't have to be that you feel like you're going crazy. It just means you just need to get checked. And it's okay. It is okay. We don't have to worry about what people are going to say or think, because who cares? We want to fill our hearts with our own love with mental health. And ladies, you don't have to worry about anybody else but you feeling good again. So, if you're feeling this way for a long period of time, talking about a month, you're feeling suicidal, you're feeling anxious, you're having panic attacks, thoughts that you can't control, you can't sleep at night, or you can't get up, you know that you are not yourself. Contact your physician, get a physician, and let them know so they can check you, ladies, because we go through so many hormonal things, so many things that happens in our bodies. Something as a thyroid or a hormone imbalance, something being off, those estrogen levels. So we just want to get that checked. And then we can find the solution instead of staying in a low and living like this for the rest of our lives. And after you've got your testing done and your physician says, well, it's none of those things, ask for a referral to a psychiatrist. Ladies, it's okay. You're not the first, and you would definitely not be the last. Get the help that you need so that you can be this empowered queen that God created you to be. There's nothing wrong with being on meds. If you don't want to be on meds and you think you could find a professional naturopathic who can help you gain this holistic life you're looking for, then look for it. But seek help. Get the help you need so that you can have a new life again. And there's nothing wrong with seeking therapy, finding a licensed social worker, or looking for a psychologist and to talk to that person and let it all out. They would teach you the skills you need to stay stable. And you may say, look, MJ, I did that before and it didn't work. Well, maybe that person that you were meeting with, that psychologist, that licensed social worker, was not the one for you. Keep trying. Keep trying until you find the right person. Find the right person to help you get to where you need to go. Not every psychiatrist or not every psychologist or licensed social worker is the one for you. You got to meet the person that's right, that's going to understand you, that so you feel like, okay, this person understands me. It's okay, keep trying. And some of our professionals, they can only take you but so far sometimes. Sometimes we outgrow them, and then we need to find somebody else to take us to another level, and that's okay too. So, ladies, help is out there. If you experience something traumatic in your life and is affecting your daily living skills, or you went through something in your childhood or currently, or you don't know why you're feeling the way you're feeling, get the help. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't even have to go outside your house anymore. There are so much professionals who will meet you on a Zoom call. And so no one has to see you if that's how you feel. And if you don't know of any, ask someone that you're close to. Reach out to a family member and let them know, say, hey, I need help. I need services. Can you help me? I have been experiencing this. So a lot of us are going through things alone and are not saying anything to anyone. And some of us come out of our house dressed to the T. And if a person only knew what was really happening on the inside, they would probably fall out, because some people know how to hide it. But you don't have to hide it anymore, because you're not alone. We're all together. So ladies, I want to end with that. Get the help you need for mental health. Let us not try to do the work alone and look at it as an emotional highs and lows. If you see that it's been affecting you for a long period of time, you're not yourself, you're feeling off, you're just having those emotions that I spoke about earlier, get the help. It's okay. So that you can be that empowered queen that you were created to be. It is possible. So, goodbye for now. I am